Alright, I'm back on. Nothing's changed from before. We're down here at Service FM Stadium for round 7 RAA NPL action 2025 season. Match officials for today: Liam Miller, Zach Britton and Demir Davis. Just tell me if you need it to go up or down. Sounds pretty good here. No worries.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Good evening and welcome to round 7 action here in the RAA National Premier League South Australia for 2025. Tonight's match at Service FM is between Adelaide United and West Torrens Birkalla. Both teams still not quite ready in the tunnel. We'll get to the lineups for both these teams here tonight. We'll start with your home team, Adelaide United. In goal, number 40, Ethan Cox. Number 44, Ryan White. Number 52, the captain, Satiri Phyllis. Number 58, Harry Crawford. Number 62, Fabian Taladera. Number 65, Joey Garuccio. Number 69, Brody Burkett. Number 71, Vinko Stanisic. Number 74, Amlani Tatu. Number 78, Maluao Nicola. Number 79, Faizo Kasumovic. Head coach for Adelaide United is Anton Andrioli. As for the away team, West Torrens Birkalla. Number 5, Reece Djurdjevic. Number 6, Ryan Yates. Number 7, Jonathan Dorigo. Number 8, George Blackwood. Number 9, Alan Welsh. Number 10, Charlie Devereaux. Number 11, Mason Ayubi. Number 12, Adam Lacornu. Number 18, Yohei Matsumoto. Number 20, the captain, Nicholas Harpus. And number 26, Tyrese Conway. Head coach for West Torrens Birkalla is Stav Galekis, as both teams have now made their way out onto the pitch. About to go through pre-match formalities. West Torrens Birkalla will come across and shake hands with Adelaide United. And of course, the referees who are for tonight. In the centre, Liam Miller. Assistant referee 1 is Zach Britton, and assistant referee number 2 is Demir Davis. West Torrens Birkalla in their white away kit here tonight. Adelaide United in the predominant red as always. A noticeable in for West Torrens Birkalla is George Blackwood, who had missed up until last week, the last few games, just a cup game or 2 cup games, I believe. And a league game in there, and a pivotal part of West Torrens Birkalla. A big money off-season signing, starting to prove his worth. And they are a better team when he is leading the line up top as well as the goalkeeper Nicholas Harpers, who's been in goalkeeper of the year form in many opinions around the NPL this season. Whilst for Adelaide United, they've obviously got Ethan Cox in goal, who's played a few A-League games this year. But when you say they've played a few A-League games, all of the goalkeepers for Adelaide United have played A-League this year, yet to find their number one custodian, which may be on the shopping list for next season under a new coach. So Ethan Cox will use these games to better his skill and prove that he could be that number one. Referee telling the players to swap sides ahead of this kickoff, which will be taken by Adelaide United's Brodie Birkett. Just about on time here. The referee just waiting for his assistants to be ready. That they are. And Liam Miller gets us on the way here at Service FM Stadium for this round 7 clash. Stanisic in early possession to Birkett. Strong challenge, play on. Stanisic driving forward. Plays it out wide. Strong challenge in there again. So West Torrens Birkalla with some strong challenges to begin this game, really asserting their authority. Phyllis goes long, but Harpers leaves it. The ball holds up on the pitch. Didn't skid through as expected. See Mason Ayubi sliding into that left fullback or that left-sided position tonight. No Christopher Phyllis for West Torrens Birkalla. Can only assume there's an injury there, unless it's in a consumption of yellow cards, but I'm unsure about that stat. The throw-in. Yates did no favours by the throw-in. Was a little bit too high for him to control. Turned over possession again. Adelaide United with the ball. Ethan Cox now. Just awaiting the pressure before he releases the ball. The pass was behind his captain Phyllis. Garuccio does well to keep it. Kasumovic gets it to Taladera. Dorigo has to chase back and try and get goal side, but Taladera keeps going. Now it's Tatu cuts in. Birkett makes a forward run. Taladera still there. Half shot cross comes to no avail, and it'll be a goal kick for West Torrens Birkalla in the first couple of minutes. So Birkalla yet to really have any spell of possession in the first couple of minutes. Been all Adelaide United, and they created a half chance there. Taladera making an overlapping run and got on the end of it in the end after Birkett's forward pass, or his backheel pass, sorry. Here's Matsumoto. Yates. Can't find Welsh. Playing a little bit higher up the park tonight, Welsh. Supporting Blackwood. It's a great little turn by Crawford. Nicola. Stanisic now with some time. Plays it back to Phyllis, and they'll just restart again here, Adelaide United. More than happy just to keep possession. It's turned over by Kasumovic. Luckily, the deflection off Blackwood only goes as far as Cox. Now Cox goes long looking for Tatu. It's a great ball. He's onside. Can he bring it under control? Can he get a shot away now? No, he can't, because the flag goes up in the end, and it's been an offside decision. So a quick start here from Adelaide United. Ball goes long. Blackwood holds off White, but turns it over. Stanisic now looking for that forward pass. The idea was there, but the execution was just a little bit off from Stanisic. Former Adelaide Olympic and Adelaide Comet Junior. Amazing story. Stanisic was deemed not really competent or good enough under, as Blackwood goes forward, not deemed competent or in the best 11 at a struggling Adelaide Olympic under Christy Vangeli last season, but somehow made his way into the States somewhat youth system, playing now regularly for Adelaide United's youth team. Doesn't really make sense if you ask me, but a bonus for Adelaide United. Here's Welsh. Dorigo. Great little ball. Great defending there by Kasimovic. Now it's White. Burke's putting the pressure on now. United do well to get out. Taladera. Again looking for that pass for Tatu. Matsumoto does very well again. White looks to switch. Ayubi intercepts that pass now. He'll look to get forward on the counter. Welsh does well to hold that up again. Devereaux. Dorigo did well to hold on to that one. I don't think Devereaux realised that Dorigo had come inside a little bit and then smacked the ball as if he was on the sideline. Still works out for Birkalla. Blackwood. Pass was just a little bit off of him. Puts the pressure on, but Ryan White does very, very well to body that out for a goal kick to Adelaide United. Restart with a goal kick here for United. It's turned over. Yates picks it up. Goes all the way back to Ayubi. He's got some pressure, but does well to find the goalkeeper and the captain, Harpus. Harpus goes long now. Wanting Johnny Dorigo to get on his bike, but Dorigo wanting it at his feet. Ball goes forward again. Tatu makes the run. Stays onside. Challenges against the goalkeeper, but the flag again goes up late to bail out Nick Harpus because it would have been a throw-in for Adelaide United. He did well to win the header. He's a very big unit, is Nick Harpus. I think Mlani Tatu is more brave than anything going up against Harpus to try and win that ball. Here's Devereaux in some space. Conway presents, does well. Ayubi overlapping on the far side. Conway on the ball again. Devereaux. Ayubi making the forward run. Phyllis comes across and slide tackles that one out for a throw-in. So again, Birkalla just in possession here now, in the forward third. Yet to make it count. Here's Blackwood. Cuts outside, goes to ground. Is he in the box? Just outside the box. A risky challenge on the far side by Adelaide United. George Blackwood flicked the ball past his defender. Thankfully for United, it was just not even a yard outside the box. Maybe just pulling the defence a little bit out and trying to find Welsh in the box, but they've got a free kick now. They can aim for both of them. Yates whips it in. It's low. It's spilt. Cox couldn't deal with it, but no one was there for Birkalla to tap it home. Again, looking for Blackwood. I think that's going to be a common theme here tonight for West Times Birkalla. Tatu on the near side now. Cuts inside. Has a go for goal. Hits the post and it goes in. Nicholas Harpus was rooted to the spot. And Mlani Tatu only needs half a yard And the side on goal pulls the trigger, and after a slow start by Birkalla, or a fast start by United, whatever way you look at it, they take the lead through Amlani Tatu from distance. Just a little bit too easy there. Picked the ball up, ran at his defender, skipped inside, hit his shot, which Nicholas Harpers, who, as we mentioned multiple times this year, has been in tremendous form, could only watch that one hit the post and go in. So 9 minutes on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. It sees Adelaide United take the lead. And it's turned over again by Birkalla. United go forward. Burkett. Harpers is off his line. Burkett has a look up. Now he plays it out to Crawford. Crawford looks to get the cross in. He does. Matsumoto deals with it. Here's Stanisic. This time Matsumoto's a lot closer to Tatu. Welsh. Cheap turnover by his standards. Yates now with Tatu pressing down on him. Tatu does very well again. Matsumoto comes in to support. But Tatu won't give up. Wins it back, goes to ground. Minimal contact there. Tatu went to ground far too easy. United plays with a little bit too much to say to the officials on that occasion. Get the feeling that Tatu maybe, if he had stayed on his feet, could have actually round the ball up and created another chance for his team. Here is Blackwood. Vinko Stanisic does very well to get within distance to make a challenge and puts it out for a throw-in on the far side. Again, play will restart on the far side. Goalkeeper coach Costa Zakharopoulos playing ball boy there for West Torrens Birkalla. They moved it quickly, but now it's turned over again. Tatu, one-on-one with Djurdjevic. Lecornu now has just his presence made Garucha fall to ground. But it's turned over again by West Torrens Birkalla. Crawford, can he get another cross into the box? No, they choose to just have a bit of ball possession here. Now it's Nicola. I'm going to go all the way back to Satiri Phyllis. And in turn will play it across to his centre-back partner in Kasimovic. So, Adelaide United looking very, very dangerous on the break, but also looking very dangerous in possession to build up the play. Now Birkalla with a couple of the senior players just looking to get their foot on the ball and build, but one of those senior players in Devro try to find a Yubi who was overlapping, who's now called out. Luckily Conway's dropped back in to help him out, but United in possession again. Ryan White, Burkett presents. Garucha makes the forward run, but they choose just to keep the ball again and try to draw Birkalla out. Having a little bit of success doing that so far in the first 12 odd minutes. Burkett playing as the number 9 tonight. Obviously Adelaide United yet to have those options of the A-League players eligible to play. Adelaide United playing against Melbourne City in Melbourne tonight. Their finals hopes on the line. Must win to put the pressure on, having no game next week. However, if they do lose, those players will be available in a couple of weeks' time to strengthen this team. Here is Vinko Stanisic again, picking up a lot of loose balls to start this game. Vinko Stanisic is. Nicola overlaps. They've got 3 in the box. Chooses to cut back. Crawford, shot on goal. 2-0 to Adelaide United. Harry Crawford. We've seen him score an absolute banger in the A-League this season. And now he brings that prowess here to the RAA NPL South Australia. And not even 15 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. And Adelaide United find themselves with a 2-0 lead. West Torrens, Birkalla, with an absolute mountain to climb already. Just totally outclassed in possession at the moment, and going forward, Adelaide United far too quick for some of those players in the back four. So Harry Crawford finds himself on the score sheet to join Amlani Tatu. Can Birkalla just get a spell of possession just to get the game back on their term and try and move their way up the park with the ball, rather than having to play long balls and then chase when they turn it over? Adelaide United looking to press at the right moment. Happy to let Lacornu have the ball here. As soon as the pass goes out wide, though, they pounce straight onto that player and try and turn it over as quickly as possible. Ayubi gets forward again. Nicola's there. Nicola reaches out with his hand. Thought he had the free kick won, so he pulled the ball in with his hand. Referee just going over to have a chat with him, probably just to say, don't do that again. Quite fortunate to not pick up an early yellow card there as well. Mason Ayubi put the pressure on. Obviously Mason Ayubi, the brother of Austin Ayubi, who plays for Adelaide United's A-League team. So a chance now. Yates will be on the ball. We've got Welsh, Blackwood. Lacornu's up there as well. Goes in. Comes off of an Adelaide United head and will go out for a corner. So now Devereaux will trot over to take this one. Devereaux, in swinger, can't beat the first man. Amlani Tatu will look to break again on this near side, but on the far side it's Crawford. Conway does well to get back and put a foot in, but Crawford, full of running to start this one, gets another ball into the box. It's clipped to the back post. Lacornu won the header, cleared it just enough to relieve. Midfielders for Birkalla are able to get back and now and support that back four. Have been under absolute fire to start this game. Burkett. Cheap giveaway. Conway. Blackwood. Conway kept making the run. Blackwood chose just to keep possession of the ball though. In the end he turns it over and pulls the shirt of Amlani Tatu. So Blackwood probably regretted not playing the ball to Conway, who had made a forward run and split both central defenders apart. Then he gave away the cheap foul and turned the ball over. So an early 2-0 scoreline here to Adelaide United. Really putting the pressure on the best of the best for Birkalla, as that goes out for a goal kick. So a lightning quick start here by Adelaide United. West Torrens Birkalla still unable to test Cox, apart from the little scrabble in the box from that corner earlier on. Again, they go long. Phyllis deals with that one easily enough. Ayubi in possession here for Birkalla now. Back to Lacornu. Lacornu looks for the diagonal switch to Dorigo. Dorigo does well to use his body. Taladera gets caught under the ball. Can Dorigo get across into the box? He does. It's a great cross. Blackwood was there but unable to get to the ball first. Here's danger if Tatu can keep this in. Plenty of space in front of him. He's got players at the back post. What does he do? Might look to cut in and shoot again. Goes on his left. Had Harry Crawford at the back post all by himself. Garucho and Burkett also making forward runs. So when they get forward, Adelaide United, they got numbers in the box on every single occasion. But Amlani Tatu on this near side, way too much space, given the start he's had. able just to waltz forward that time and get into the box and create another half chance for Adelaide United. Birkalla goes to ground. Referee says play on. Kasumovic. Phyllis. Birkalla. Stays in play. Here's Welsh. West Torrens Birkalla coach Stav Galekis will really lean on some of these players like Blackwood and Welsh, the experience that they've had and got under their belt to try and lead from the front. Literally, both playing up top tonight. That ball's over the top. Ayubi deals with it, but only as far as Garuccio turns it over. Devereaux. Ayubi tries to clear. It comes off of an Adelaide United boot, and it'll be a West Torrens Birkalla throw on the far side. Cornu all the way over to Matsumoto now. Ball over the top. Safely taken or not taken by Cox. Decides not to pick it up yet. Happy to play with the feet and move the ball quickly out to Kasumovic. Again, Adelaide United inviting the pressure. All turned over by Stanisic now. Devereaux gets forward. He's got Welsh. Has a go on goal. Save by Ethan Cox again. Quickly out. Garuccio striding forward. He's got Crawford on that right. Another player who's had too much space to start this game. It's into the box. Garuccio's there! Lightning quick in attack, Adelaide United, and West Torrens Birkalla just simply cannot deal with it at the moment. Another great ball into the box by Crawford. Vinko Stanisic, though, very fortunate that his no-look pass didn't come back to haunt him and his team after such a brilliant start. They nearly gifted Birkalla a way back into this one. Can Birkalla find some sort of exposure by, maybe putting a little bit more pressure on the two players that are sitting in that midfield in Stanisic and White and forcing them to turn that ball over like they did? Again, they play out from the back way too easily. Unfortunately, Ryan White's passes misguided and Tatu was a little bit too far away to rule that one in. Blackwood presents deep. Just trying to get himself into this game. Yates now with the ball. Devereaux. So both those players looking to get on the ball as much as possible now. Yates has actually dropped in between the two centre-backs to try and distribute the ball, which he does. Dorigo missed the header. Taladera won the header. And again, it's Adelaide United going forward. Harper's playing off his line, which he's probably going to have to do to try and keep the attacking mindset at bay of Adelaide United. They're just far too quick in getting on to the end of all those balls. The only problem then is Harper finds himself in the middle of nowhere, and if they do nip in to get the ball, there's a lot of space to round him up and put the ball into an empty net. Again, Nicola forward. Numbers striding into the box. Here's Ryan White. He's got Tatu to his left. Stride on goal. Another one for Adelaide United. Nicola started it on the right. Ryan White making a run from very deep, getting into the box. Nicola found him with the pass. Ryan White done the unselfish, slipped it to Amlani Tatu. 2 touches, smacks it with his left foot. And Adelaide United find themselves 3-0 up on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. And we have only played 23 minutes here at Service FM Stadium. So this is getting ugly now for West Torrens Birkalla, who have been fantastic to start the season off. They didn't lose a game. They've progressed through in the cup competitions, but tonight being given an absolute football lesson by the Adelaide United team. And whether or not it was timed, but as soon as that third goal went in, substitutions for West Torrens Birkalla were ordered to the corner flag to warm up. So a lot of these players that are experienced not having an input in this game as of yet. Here's Blackwood though. Can they pull one back? Gets to the byline. But again, the pressure from Adelaide United is immense. The captain, Phyllis, that time, matching toe for toe with George Blackwood. West Torrens Birkalla pressing high up here. Almost forcing United to go long, but they don't want to. In the end they do, and they turn it over. Matsumoto picks that up. Plays it forward for Dorigo. Dorigo's got time and space. He gets into the box. United players go to ground. Can they pull one back? Oh, George Blackwood's missed an absolute sitter. It may have taken a little deflection on its way to him, but his standards, his reach of his length that he's got in those legs, and he still managed to miss the ball. So West Torrens Birkalla with a chance to pull one back, goes begging. Dorigo did very well on this right hand side. That not so good, but an absolute golden chance for West Torrens Birkalla and George Blackwood. And he's down on his haunches just wondering how that hasn't ended up in the back of the net. Again, Adelaide United with a goal kick. They don't like going long, which they don't. They go short. Cox, pressured by Blackwood. Now it's Phyllis. He instead will go long. He'll find Burkett. Burkett holds it up. Again, we've seen this move 2 or 3 times already. Dorigo slides in, but only just manages to take a little bit of the ball. Ryan White finds Stanisic, who plays it back to Kasimovic. Burkett. Conway wins it for Birkalla. Gets forward. Can be a dangerous player going forward. Conway created something on that occasion all on his own. Wins the free kick. So another chance for Birkalla from a set piece, which you would assume Devereux or Yates will step over. So just a few little frustrations there. Yates not happy that the ball wasn't returned to him. Here's Blackwood. Touchdown. Blackwood shot. Great save by Cox. So a great little set piece there by Birkalla. The unfortunate thing for them, it's already 3 goals in their net. I'd love to put one in the net of Adelaide United. Devereux delivers. It's on the top of the keeper. Cox punches. Still there. Dorigo bodied his player under the ball smartly, but couldn't quite connect with the shot. Saw him score a cracking goal in the cup a few weeks ago. So he knows where the back of the net is, Jonathan Dorigo. Both his goals coming against Adelaide City, one in the league, one in the cup. Liam Miller just hurrying up the Adelaide United goalkeeper on that occasion. Cornu wins the header. But again, it's Ryan White in possession. Conway picks that one off, but it goes out for a throw-in. Right in front of the Birkalla coach, Stav Galekis, who's up out of his seat, trying to urge his team on, trying to get them back in this contest somehow. Cox lets that come all the way into his box so he can pick it up, dragging Welsh along with it. Again, great play by United. Just know where everyone is on the park. Tatu again. He's got to Taladera making the overlap run. Dorigo for company. Strong challenge by Dorigo. He looked to have got the ball, but maybe just from behind. A little bit dangerous from Jonathan Dorigo. Definitely got the ball, but from behind is not a safe challenge. Adelaide United with another chance now. About to approach 30 minutes on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. Adelaide United already 3-0 up here. Another chance to whip one into the box. Garucho, Crawford, back post delivery. Safe to say that's not their best effort so far in this match. With the start they've had, they've been electric in the front third, that's for sure. Pressure high up the park. Lecornu goes long. Dorigo pushed under the ball by Taladera. So maybe just a little bit of payback on that challenge there. Referee Liam Miller just saying no, definitely a hand in the back, if not two. Lecornu and Djurdjevic just trying to draw the players in, but unfortunately for them, there isn't too much forward apart from Yates and Devereaux presenting. The rest of the players are sat high up the park and not giving them too much to aim for. This time though, Devereaux able to pick the ball up, springs it out wide. Ayubi gets there. Now he crosses. Phyllis deals with that one with his thigh. Creates space for Nicola, who's got Crawford streaming down that right side yet again. Cross comes into the box. Crawford will have another go. That there's safekeeping though by Nick Harpers. As good as they've been, you'll need to be a lot better. Oh, Alan Welsh has given the ball away very cheaply. Adelaide United will come forward again. Here's Ryan White. Gets into the box. Left, right. Unable to keep it in was Jonathan Dorigo. Taladera takes a throw quickly. Tatu got Matsumoto for company. Referee pays advantage. Doesn't see anything wrong with that challenge, so it goes on now. Here's Conway. Devereaux. Lecornu will go back to his goalkeeper, Harpers. Finds Devereaux. Devereaux now finds Yates with some space. Welsh hasn't had the best of starts, Alan Welsh, but experienced enough to figure that out himself, I would assume. Dorigo gives the possession away. And ends up with Ethan Cox. Again, draws the possession of Blackwood. The position, I should say. Garucho wins the free kick, and the referee has about 12 or 13 people yelling at him asking for a yellow card. I think he's done very well so far in this match. It could have gotten out of hand. There could have been challenges made when a team goes 3-0 down. They can get quite angry and start to do things, but they haven't. But he's done very well to just keep a lid on a few of the last little challenges that have started to present themselves. Tatu switches all the way across to Nicola. Crawford again making that run. Conway's there to match him that time though. Goes back out to Nicola. They're forced all the way back on that occasion. That's much better from Birkalla. Not giving Adelaide United the easy option down the right-hand side. Instead, they force him out. Now, can they pick the ball off or make him turn the ball over so they can counter? Cox goes long. And Ayubi wins the header. So, for the first time tonight, Birkalla able to deal with Adelaide United's forward thrust. But it hasn't taken long for Taladera to find some space, as does Tatu. Tries a little fancy flick, doesn't come off. Blackwood now. Devereaux finds Conway. That's much better from Birkalla, a lot better build up. Welsh with some space, Conway streaming forward, wants the ball slipped in. He's got Dorigo. Can Dorigo get a nice ball into the box? It's low. Couldn't beat the second defender. Matsumoto whips it back in. Yates let it go. Another half chance here. In the end, it's dealt with by Adelaide United. But they've always got that outlet, as you can see. Ryan White finding Crawford. Garuccio making the run. Again, Harper's playing as sweeper. Comes off his line. This time, it actually works out. Blackwood goes forward. Conway. Blackwood on his left. Has a go. So the game just starting to even out a little bit. Dorigo delivers. Kasumovic wins the header. Devereaux tangles with Stanisic. Easy decision for the referee. It'll be a free kick to Birkalla. 10 minutes to go over normal time here in the first half, and it's taken Birkalla a while to switch on, but they're starting to even this one out. Starting to actually get forward and create chances by building the ball up rather than just playing the ball long, hoping for a flick on from Blackwood. Yates has put a couple of decent balls in from free kicks and corners. Can they make one count? Blackwood. A little bit too hard for him to control. Now, they'll go forward again. Again, Harper's playing as that sweeper off his line. Adelaide United unable to figure out what kind of ball to play to try and get in behind now, because Harper's is playing so far off his line. He's intercepted the last 2 or 3 balls that have come his way. Strong challenge there by Yates. The deflection only goes as far as Adelaide United. Now it's Taladera. Tatu making that running behind. Matsumoto does well to win the header. Ball goes out for a corner, so wasn't deemed a pass back, which allowed Harpers to use his hands, but unfortunately he still couldn't keep the ball in play. It goes out for a cheap corner, you could say, and when you're 3-0 down, the last thing you want is giving up cheap chances to that team that's already dismantled you for 37 or so minutes. Crawford will take this corner. Adelaide United with all their central defenders and central midfielders in the box here. Harpers has got 2 or 3 around him. Crawford just waits. Now he delivers. Near post, Yates deals with that. Garuccio. White. Tries to flick it so he can hit it on his right. Here's Stanisic now on his right foot. A lot of power behind it, but just sails over the crossbar. But the opportunity was there to hit it, and he did just that. The referee sees a free kick there, going the way of Stanisic. I think Ayubi, as he jumped and came back to ground, may have just trod on the foot. Nicola. Pass wasn't great. Tatu couldn't quite keep control of it. Now here's Blackwood. Does so well to keep possession there. Gets his body between him and the ball, and his opposition player now is Welsh. Can't get into the box. Birkett. Thought he might have had someone making that run, which they've done so well so far this half. That occasion, though, he had no one, and it's turned over. Blackwood, Ayubi. So Birkalla just starting to run Adelaide United around a little bit now and keep possession of the ball, which is ultimately even this game out a little bit. Adelaide United is still very dangerous on the counter. Here's Blackwood, though, forward. Making that run. Devereaux had the idea there, but execution and radar was just off. Now another chance for Crawford this time. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. So it's become a quite backwards and forwards game, despite the scoreline. Birkalla now able to get on the ball in midfield with Yates and Devereaux trying to dictate terms, and that ultimately, you know, they've got 5 or 6 minutes here of normal time. They'd love to pull one back just to go into half-time with some momentum that they can bring into the second half. Welsh couldn't win the header, or he did win the header, but it came off of his head and went backwards. Pressure from Stanisic was enough. It's turned over again. Adelaide United with the ball. Look to see through the last 5 minutes here and just get in without conceding. Adelaide United. Again, this near side, you can see Taladera eagerly awaiting to get forward. Now Dorigo's inside. Taladera's got some space. The ball goes to him now. Matsumoto's there. Taladera gets to the ball first, though. Here's Ryan White. Gets into the box. Yates there for company. Birkett. Garuccio. Picked off. Back to Birkett. Has a go on his right foot. Right at Nicholas Harpers, though. But another well-created chance by Adelaide United. Welsh unable to bring that one down. And you can just see the dejection on some of the faces when things don't quite go right for Birkalla, especially players like Alan Welsh, who for so many years has played at such a high quality and done a lot of good things, but ultimately tonight not quite going right for him or his team. Play will restart with a free kick there, which again a few players not happy with. Tatu, great turn inside, space now, he's got Birkett to his right, slips it into Birkett, gets a shot on goal, deflection, keeper made a save, not enough to keep it out though. Nicholas Harper's beaten for the 4th time this half. Adelaide United running rampant here at Service FM Stadium with 5 minutes still to go till half time. You can only imagine there's probably going to be a couple of minutes of added time. But Brodie Birkett finds himself now on the score sheet, joining Tatu, who's got a double, Crawford with the other goal. Brodie Birkett now into the 42nd minute, finds himself on the score sheet. Adelaide United find themselves 4-0 to the good here in this round 7 RAA NPL South Australia clash. So for all the good work to try and get some possession and create some chances from Birkalla, ultimately comes to nothing there. Dorigo still trying. Matsumoto overlaps. Can they get another chance here? They can, but the flag goes up for offside. RAA proud supporters of Football South Australia, hence the naming rights here for this year's, or ongoing naming rights I should say, for the NPL South Australia. But what a first half we've seen so far, and there's still a couple of minutes to go plus additional time. Still more time for Adelaide United to add Or is there time for West Torrens Birkalla to get one back? What does Stav Kalekas do at half time? Does he make changes, or does he put some trust in these players? They are capable of scoring goals. We've seen that so far this season. They've had 2 or 3 3-all draws. They came from 3-0 down to draw the game against Para Hills Knights earlier in the season. But sometimes when the ship sails, it's very hard to jump aboard, that's for sure. And that is what it's looking like here at Service FM Stadium for West Torrens Birkalla tonight. Again, it's turned over. United just winning that second ball on too many occasions. They go forward again. Taladera, Crawford, swap wings with Tatu a little while ago. Still just as dangerous. Crosses, it's low. Dealt with by Lacornu. Dorigo now. Taladera wins the throw in. Ryan White making the forward run. Matsumoto wins that one. Alan Welsh now. Switch of play by Ryan Yates. The idea was good, but unfortunately unable to get to it was Mason Ayubi on the far side. So we'll have 3 minutes of additional time here to end the first half. We've seen 4 goals go in. Plenty of time for another one. Not too sure which way. But if you're a betting man, you'd say it's probably Adelaide United who look more likely. All the way back now with Cox. Under no pressure at all. Kasumovic gets closed down now by a couple of players. Matsumoto wins the header. Devro wins the second ball. Just the other results so far as we go into half-time. Adelaide Raiders lost 2-0 to Comets on Thursday night. And then last night on Anzac Day, the big clashes we had, the broadcast, we had FK Birkalla 2-0 winners over Modbury Jets. And Adelaide City, who went top of the table with a 2-1 win against Croydon FC. And as we saw here, it's currently 4-0 to Adelaide United. A little bit of contact off the ball, nothing the referee is too worried about. And a massive result today for Para Hills Knights. Away to Campbelltown City. 5-2 winners. We also saw Alex Mullen receive his marching orders in that one there. So another tough one for Campbelltown, whose start to this season and defence of their premiership in tatters at the moment. And also in about 10 minutes time we have Metro Stars versus Playford kicking off, which will see Metro Stars wanting to get a result to go back to the top of the table. If they fail to do so, Adelaide City will see themselves stay on top. A free kick for Adelaide United. Referee Liam Miller hasn't had too much to do, which I'm sure is a good thing for him. Normally means the game's out of control when you go and issue cards and get involved too much. But he's made the right decisions when he's had to, and that's about all you can do. Welsh with his best little bit of play so far. Yates in some space. Yates can't find neither of his teammates in Blackwood or Conway. And it'll be another throw in. As referee Liam Miller brings this first half to an end here at Service FM Stadium. Goals in the 9th and 23rd for Amlani Tatu. Harry Crawford on the 12th minute. And the last one for the half was Brodie Burkett in the 42nd minute. And yes, that scoreline may flatter a few given how Birkalla have been so competitive so far this season in their rise back up into the NPL. But tonight, or especially in that first 45 anyways, they were given a little bit of a football lesson by Adelaide United as both players make their way down the tunnel into the change rooms. So here at Service FM Stadium, it's Adelaide United 4, West Torrens Birkalla 0. We'll see you for the second half shortly.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
A nice run forward, only him and Bartuli, and just couldn't quite get there. Wins the corner though, like Bartuli. Busasa sends it into the area, and it's Vaughan. Leaps in and tips it over the crossbar, and if he did not, that was going to rock that net.
Goes line to Tavares. He then cuts it to Voigt. Voigt with the touch inside, hits it, and that's a great save from Delinges.
Jason Constantopoulos one-on-one with Lazeka. Crispin Constantopoulos with a shot. Late tackle maybe, but great save there from Barbaro. One final chance for Blue Eagles. It's a good ball in. It's got a flick. It's got a second one, but that's an unbelievable save from Sebastian Matosevic. We said Oscar Moore's man of the match, but he's kept 2 goals out that were clearly going in the back of the net.
He's made some unbelievable.
Headed away. Only to Metro Stars though. Edge of the box here. Visser. Now Gow with a little flick. Visser back in the box, and then the finish by Hamish Gow to get them 1-0 up early on. What a goal. Oh wow! Oh my god! That was insane! What a way to equalise!
By Murati, only as far as Mullen. Mullen hits it with the outside of the line. Can you believe it? Mullen with a second outside of the right boot. Line's going to take it, and he does. And he picks his spot, and he finishes with a bomb. That's his hat-trick and the 8th goal for Playford to make it 8.
Costelli. to it by Caden. Now finds Anthony Costa, top of the box, goes with his left foot. Anthony Costa gets a second. He's got a brace in the first half, and he's taken Adelaide Croatia into a 2-0 lead at half time, David.
It's a beautiful finish. He's just picked his spot out perfectly there, but gosh, Birkalla have just left themselves exposed there.
On the back of the announcement at the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would the kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up, and actually take on a team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with NPLSA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Something here, plays out to Panagakos, and it's Panagakos! What an absolute cracker. Alicia Panagakos kicks off the season for Adelaide University.
And I mean, if Elisa keeps the play rolling instead of
Have a shot. It's gone in. Tom Bonner and Gustav, who we were talking about just a minute ago, has had a very good last 20 minutes and just come into the game. It's 1-0 up.
Goes to Yamada. Good turn. Needs to find an option. Might even look to go for herself. Nini Yamada! Makes it 3-2 for West Adelaide. 20 minutes left.
Such a quality player to have in this competition. Long shot there by Notridge. It's gone in! Well, it was just a speculative effort by Notridge, and it looked like Elliott never picked it up, and Comets have taken the lead.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. A place to start small and feel 10 feet tall. To have fun and laugh, to build confidence from the ground up. A place to belong. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
We all play the same game. The pitch may change, but the stakes are the same. The ball we desire, the moves we admire. Because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Ghana United is like home football.
It's always been our goal to move into State League.
Here it's a very family culture. There's a sense of oneness between the Resis, 18s, seniors. Everyone just feels like brothers.
You know, it's like how they say, you train the way you play, but actually when you rock up game days, we actually play like our heart is the last thing that's left, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. Really good culture, really good environment. It's going great so far in the preseason.
About culture, you know, we open the door, every culture comes to mix to us.
Ghana United will be a club that can play football, simple football, a good football, that we will be in the next couple of years moving to the NPL.
Very thrilled, very excited.
Expect to see some rainbow flicks. That's what makes us Ghana FC, man.
Make its way through to Nicola despite the deflection. Here's Hazelwood, who does well to control the ball with the head. Hazelwood storming into the area, tries the shot, great save. And that should give Elliott a bit more confidence. He's done really, really well there. That ball was travelling.
Here's Hood, just needs to finish, gets it past Murphy. Needs to have some sort of hit. And Murphy manages to backpedal and make the stop.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
Adelaide Atletico is being built on 6 pillars. It's about respect, about community, fairness, development, technology.
Atletico is become a family, a big family.
This club's got a lot of opportunity to grow. There's a lot of potential here with all the players and the boys, and it's just like a very good place to be at.
We want to be competitive. We want to drive and develop our culture. We've gone out and we've got a few experienced players. I mean, I've gone and got a very good goalkeeper. We've got a really talented Argentinian guy and a couple of older players.
We're a good quality of boys. All the boys are already in a few weeks, they're getting really close.
We want to make sure that everybody that plays at this club feels that they're getting the benefit of our coaching group.
We literally do what we preach, which is let's just play.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Welcome back for the second half here at Service FM Stadium in round 7 action of the RAA NPL South Australia. The scoreline at half-time reads Adelaide United 4, West Torrens Birkalla 0. Surprisingly, West Torrens Birkalla choosing not to go to their bench at half-time. Instead, just probably giving this group of players either a little bit more time to get something back in, or get their way back into this game, or maybe even just providing this group with the harsh reality of dealing with the situation. did see all the West Torrens Birkalla substitutes though warming up a lot more vigorously than what the Adelaide United were. Ayubi finds himself forward in some space for the first time here tonight. Vinko Stanisic does well to cover back. Ayubi gets into the box. Left foot, right foot, cut back. Conway, half a chance. Deflection. Dorigo has a shot. Well, if that's any indication of the intent from West Torrens Birkalla to start this second half, well then overlapping run by Mason Ayubi for the first time tonight. Got in behind. Stanisic did well to win the ball back. Here's Stanisic though. Welsh clips to the back post. Blackwood's there. For the second time tonight, Stanisic tried to play that blind pass, which was turned over that time there. Or not at that time there, but again, West Torrens Birkalla unable to capitalise and make it count. Goes out for a throw in on the far side after all that. So Welsh clipped the ball to the back post. Blackwood was there. Couldn't win the header. Cox made it look like he had it covered, but unsure if he did. Had George Blackwood got on the end of it. The switch of play. Crawford keeps it in. So just a little bit sloppy in possession to start this half, Adelaide United, whereas Birkalla coming out with their intent to get forward. Tatu wins it back for the short amount of time. Here's Crawford now. Ayubi's caught off. Crawford. So just like that, a turnover in possession. Nearly see Birkalla concede their 5th goal. Crawford's just been full of running all night tonight. Been very impressive. You see why he's played at A-League level this season as well. Here's Crawford into the box now for the 5th goal. Off the post. And Harry Crawford has a double. He won the ball back after his initial shot was saved. Progress forward. Persistence paid off. And West Torrens Birkalla came out with a bit of fire. But Harry Crawford played fireman and put that out very, very quickly. And now we do see some action on that bench for West Torrens Birkalla. 3 players sent down to warm up. You would assume they're probably going to come on very soon, as this one here is almost well and truly out of reach. I'm not going to say it's over because I've done that before at 4-0 and the team's come back and drawn, but you would say here 5-0 is very safe. Maybe a chance for a few other players to get some minutes into their legs from both teams. Adelaide United, they can smell blood. A couple of these players, especially the boys wanting to impress the A-League hierarchy, the likes of Crawford, who has a double. Tatu, who saw some minutes in the A-League this season as well, he's also got a double. They'll want to finish that off and get that 3rd one and make it a hat-trick for the night. Here's Blackwood. Welsh. Back to Blackwood. Has a go on the left. Saved down low by Cox. Again, Cox will go long. Looking for Crawford. Lacorni does well to win the header. I think a few of the players are just letting the referee know that that ball might be flat. Hence why a new ball was just kicked across the pitch. Doesn't sound flat from what I can hear from that ball being bounced on the concrete, but who knows. Anyways, here's Tatu into the box. Cuts it back. No, he doesn't, because the flag goes up. It's gone out of play over the byline. He's quick, but not that quick to get onto that one. Tatu. Again, another who's been super impressive, especially in that first 45. Devro. Ryan White winning possession back again. Burkett, Crawford. He's got Garuccio in the box. Can he find him? He can. Here is Joey Garuccio. Nearly gave Fabian a Garuccio. I mentioned he's nowhere near the scene. He would love that. But again, Birkalla unable to do anything with the possession that they had. Cox long, Tatu. Harper's playing off his line again. When Harper's did decide to come play off his line in that last 15-20 minutes of the first half, Adelaide United found it very difficult to try and slide that final ball through. As you see there again, that long ball, Harper's dealt with it. So they had a solution to one problem. But the other problem was that they've been turning the ball over way too cheaply tonight, as you saw with Harry Crawford's second and Adelaide United's fifth. He had the shot on goal, which was saved, then he ran back, won the ball back, got forward, had another shot on goal and scored his second. Now they're overlapping again. Here's Taladera, Burkett. Lacornu gets a foot in there. We nearly had half a dozen go in before the 53rd minute. Score update from Amy Park in Melbourne. 22 minutes played there. Melbourne City 0, Adelaide United A-League 0. The corner will be taken on that far side again by Crawford. Looks for Garuccio. Garuccio will get another chance. It's deflected. It's still there. Harpers comes out and claims the ball to save any further damage on the scoreline. Conway, Matsumoto, Yates, they link up well. That's what they started to do well at the end of the second half. They started to link up a little bit. They started to get a little bit of possession in the middle of the park between Yates and Devro and actually find some passes. But Adelaide United have just been way too clinical when they've got the chance to go forward. They've made it count tonight. Yates with that diagonal ball looking for a Ubi. It's cut off by Nicola. Stanisic does well. Gives it to Crawford. Why wouldn't you in the form he's been in tonight? Gets into the box. Cuts it back. Making Lacornu work every minute of this game tonight. Have the front three or four, you could say all four of them. Garuccio, Burkett, Tatu, Crawford. When they get forward, they've just been so quick and clinical. They've really sprung to life here tonight. It's on top of the keeper's head. Harpers punches away. Tatu on the far side. Has Blackwood there defending him, but all Blackwood can do is get a foot in and goes out for another corner. Harry Crawford will take this one from the far side again. Tatu offers his service short. Crawford whips it into the back post. Beats everybody, goes out for a goal kick. So just a moment of respite for West Torrens Birkalla. They came out in the first minute or two, had a chance up the other end, but within a blink of an eye, Harry Crawford scored his second of the night. And Adelaide United's fifth, which sees the scoreline on the 1-year-old LED and Sportal scoreboard. See Adelaide United 5, West Torrens Birkalla 0. That forward pass there by Matsumoto, looking for Dorigo. Taladera, also no slouch in this team, obviously. Won the AFC Cup with the under-18s earlier in the year. And again they go forward. Tatu is brought to ground by Matsumoto. And we might see the first yellow card of the night, and we do. Referee Liam Miller issuing that one to Yohei Matsumoto. Just stopping Amlani Tatu in his tracks. Taladera goes short, finds White. White, Stanisic, turns it over. Not for the first time tonight. Conway gets in, slips it into Blackwood. George Blackwood deflected and out for a corner. So we've seen Vinko Stanisic a couple of times tonight turn possession over for Adelaide United in a crucial part of the park in the middle there. And West Torrens Birkalla for the third time unable to capitalise on it. Devereaux will swing this one in with his left foot. Lacornu wins the header, goes out for a goal kick. So in saying that, the scoreline reads 5-0, but if they had have taken at least, two of those chances, probably a different ball game. They'll probably still find themselves somewhat in this game, but they haven't been able to do that tonight. Birkalla, who have been able to score goals this season. Here's Conway, one of those players that scored a couple of goals for Birkalla. Again, it's a lack of quality in the front third. Garuccio, Nicola. He turns it over this time. Blackwood. Referee says play on now. Devereaux. Visibly and verbally angry. Referee may come back to have a chat with Devereaux. Yates finds Blackwood. He's got Phyllis one-on-one now. Conway's overlapping. Yates gets into the box. Cuts it back, Yates. Oh, it's over the bar by Welsh. And that just about sums up the night, not only for him, but for West Torrens Birkalla. An absolute sitter, you could say. Not for the first time tonight. We saw George Blackwood miss a sitter, or not miss the sitter, but the ball went past him when he was in the first half. He had a chance inside the 6-yard box. So as I mentioned, like the scoreline reads, 5-0 here to Adelaide United. They've created some chances. They got themselves back into the game in possession-wise. But just that clinical asset of the game has really shown on the scoreboard. As we see a change for West Torrens Birkalla in the 59th minute. Jonathan Dorigo taken off. Abdul Balamba has come on for Birkalla. Tatu again. Finds his partner in crime, Crawford. Crawford faces up Ayubi. Crawford has a go on his left foot. We've seen him score that cracking goal in the A-League on his left foot earlier in the year. Tried to repeat the dose, but unable to do so. But again, he's getting forward again. Absolutely full of running is Harry Crawford. Ends up with Ethan Cox now. Alan Welsh, put some pressure on. Enough pressure that Cox just happy to see the ball go out for a throw-in right in front of the camera here. Another halt in play. Liam Miller. I think Adelaide United were going to make a substitution, but they weren't ready to do so. So Liam Miller says play on. We'll come back to that substitution when you're ready. Matsumoto. Balamba. Fresh legs for Birkalla. Ayubi's forward again in some space. Lukornu looks for him. Dealt with by Nicola. Stanisic. That time keeps the ball well. Crawford now in some space. He's got Lukornu to run at. Tatu's at the back post. Crawford cuts back. Tries to do it himself. Maybe just did a little bit too much that time, Crawford. Didn't really have many options in the box, which was a very unusual sight for him, because in the first half they had 3 or 4 streaming forward at most times when they were going forward. That time he only had Tatu at the back post. Burkett was a little bit too far away. Again, Ryan Yates fouls Tatu. And now we will see those substitutions for Adelaide United. So Harry Crawford will make way. Vinko Stanisic will make way. Brody Burkett will make way. Coming on is number 54, Bailey O'Neill. Number 23, Luke Giselle. And number 47, Frank Busasa. So there will be no Harry Crawford hat-trick tonight. This free kick now. Tatu will look to strike. Look for his hat-trick. Tatu has a go for goal. It's low. Harper saves and manages to pick the ball up second time round as well. Finds Welsh with the throw. Welsh looks for Blackwood. Giselle's first touch goes out for a throw. West Torrens Birkalla in possession. Looks as though Nate Andegento, who's on the ball, has come on as well. Conway. Blackwood. Balamba. Slides in on the keeper. Cox had to be strong. Looked like he copped the knock to the head there, but the referee says play on. Matsumoto. In the end, the official on the far side flags for a free kick. Looks like Ryan Yates was the other player to come off. So Yates off and Agenta on. West Torrens Birkalla also readying another change here. It's whipped in. Tatu, Balamba. That time there, Tatu, just pulled the arm back on Balamba. Probably couldn't believe he'd actually been beaten for the first time tonight. Also, Cameron Carlton has come on for West Torrens Birkalla. Mason Ayubi, the other player, going off. So, free kick. Blackwood's there. Welsh is there. Welsh's header comes off of the foot of Kasumovic and it goes into the back of the net. And finally something to cheer about here for West Torrens Birkalla. Welsh looking to nod that ball back across the goal. Kasumovic stuck a foot out. And it finds its way into the back of Ethan Cox's net. And West Torrens Birkalla just holding off on that substitution for a minute or two now, I think. Adelaide United in possession again from the kick-off. That pass wayward. And maybe just a little sign of hope here for West Torrens Birkalla. 35 minutes. Sorry, 25 minutes to play. Pulled one back. Bit of possession. Like I said earlier, they've had chances. They've had two real clear-cut chances, one to George Blackwood and one to Alan Welsh. Plus, a couple of times they've picked the ball off the Adelaide United midfielders, unable to make it count in 3 versus 2 opportunities. And now we're going to see that fourth change. Charlie Devereaux goes off. Dylan Claassen Thomas comes on. So a complete change in the midfield for West Torrens Birkalla. Yates and Devereaux now off the park. Very attacking final 25 minutes by West Torrens Birkalla. Blackwood still on the park, Welsh still on the park. Claassen Thomas now playing up top with them, as well as Conway and Balamba. So in some ways they've got 5 real attacking players on the park. But it's Adelaide United with the chance here. Carlton does well, but turns it over. Dizelle, he does the exact same thing, unable to find a pass. Great first time pass by Claassen Thomas. Finds Balamba. Balamba finds Welsh. And DeGianto, near side. Has options. I think a few players were expecting that one to be delivered into the box. And DeGianto was looking for Conway to make the forward run. Unable to find him. Goes out for a goal kick. Long ball. Basasa. And DeGianto gets there first. Goes to ground. Wins the free kick. So just a little bit more energy after these substitutions from Birkalla, which is surprising. I did say at halftime, was there going to be changes made? Maybe they needed to do them at halftime, because these boys that have come on have really changed the energy of the game somewhat. Even though it's 5-1, they're playing with some extra vigour going forward. They're playing with a little bit more freedom, you could say. Welsh has now dropped into that midfield position. McCornew. Djurdjevic. Here's Balamba. Blackwood. Claassen Thomas. Again, and DeGianto in some space on this side. Welsh. Looks for the back post ball. Matsumoto's there. It's not in his favour. Now Adelaide United can counter-attack. Basasa. Duzelle. He's got Amlani Tatu to his left. Puts it in front of him. Tatu. 1-on-1. Looking for that hat-trick. Does the unselfish thing, looking for Dizelle or Ryan White. Either of them that were in the box. But it's just turned a little bit scrappy for Adelaide United. They were making those count in the first half. Blackwood's pulled back. Free kick to Birkalla. Here's Conway. And DeGianto gets the ball, goes back. So the possession-wise, Birkalla keeping it a lot better than they have in any other part of this match. Carlton. Welsh strides forward, finds Conway. Conway's in some space, looks for Blackwood, can't quite get it past Phyllis. Strong challenge by Conway. Tatu wins it back though. Here's Blackwood now, wins the possession of the loose ball. He's got Clayton Thomas, he's got Andijanto. Andijanto's got some options to his right but doesn't use them. Here's Blackwood, gets into the box. George Blackwood. One way, the other way. Blackwood goes to ground. Referee says play on. Turned over again though. Matsumoto. Balamba. Balamba again. Conway. West Torrens Birkalla. Get the feeling that Blackwood felt the contact, went to ground. Referee was right on the nose of it, so he could make a very imminent decision. But it was turned over, and Balamba with 2 shots to cut back and find a teammate. First time was blocked, second time found Conway. Conway's sliced effort went out for a goal kick, so unable to make it count, but Birkalla a lot more meaningful in this last 5 or 6 minutes. He's making those 3 or 4 substitutions. Again, United in no rush. They've been doing this most of the night. They play the ball around the back, and when Cox gets the chance, he looks for that direct ball to Tatu or Crawford, who's off now, but Basasa, who's got some speed in him in those legs as well. Just looks a little bit lost positional-wise, Basasa, since he's come on, which has probably given Andijanto that space which we can see over the top most of the time. But the thing is with Birkalla, they've moved the ball a lot quicker when they've seen that space and those opportunities to go forward, whereas in the first 60 odd minutes they were just holding on to it and losing possession far too easily. They win the possession back. Throw in. Clayton Thomas. Welsh. Carlton. Lecornu again, looking over the top. Conway. Basasa gets there. And Andijanto. It's turned over by Welsh. Now Adelaide United with a chance, maybe just to get forward and create a chance to find the 6th goal, which will really put a nail in the coffin here. Tatu cuts inside on a hat-trick. Tatu. Duzel flicks it up to himself. Oh, the audacity of Luke Duzel there. First touch was on his left foot, flicked it back onto his right foot to hit it on the volley. Harper sees it sail over his crossbar. Welsh now in possession again. Looks forward. Had Matsumoto making a lung-bursting run down the right. Couldn't find him because the ball was deflected. They get back to possession though here, Birkalla. Andijanto. Clayton Thomas. Conway. Carlton wins the ball. Balamba. Oh, Balamba's ball. Not too sure who he's seen out there, but there was no one in a white shirt, that's for sure. Again, Adelaide United just rushing things at the moment. Unsure why. They're 5-1 up. They've got plenty of players that they can keep the ball with, but they're choosing just to speed the game up, probably at the wrong times. Trying to get those fresh players involved. Maybe those fresh players just aren't on the same page. Who knows? It's all the way back with Kasumovic. Back to Cox. Cox looks up. That option of that long ball, which he's had most of the night, isn't on this time. Duzel, no look pass. Basasa had taken a couple of steps inside the sideline. Goes out for a throw. And Andijanto will take the throw. Blackwood won the header initially, and it fell now with Welsh. Adelaide United midfielders just letting Welsh dictate since he's gone into that position. Devereaux and Yates went off. Welsh dropped in. Here he is again. Gets into the box. Oh, Cornu misjudges the header. And what looked like an easy possession to regain turns into an Adelaide United throw here on the near side. On the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. 75 minutes played. Adelaide United still with a 5-1 lead. It was 4-0 at half time. West Brom's Birkalla came out with a bit of buzz in the second half. Created a couple of early chances, but Adelaide United found that 5th goal, which almost killed this off. But then they received a lifeline. Welsh, who will probably be credited with the goal, found that goal for Birkalla to make it 5-1. But Adelaide United have had a little bit too much easy possession, especially in the first half. Ultimately, the downfall for West Brom's Birkalla tonight. Again, Adelaide United just step on the ball, keep possession when they need. Here's that run forward. Bailey O'Neill, it was making that run forward, struck it with his left foot. Only out for a goal kick. Fabian Grelly coming onto the park to replace Joey Garuccio. Didn't find the score sheet tonight, Garuccio, but was very, very lively. Making those forward runs to create space for Tatu and Crawford to get in behind on the wings. Dropping in when needed as well. Clayton Thomas done well since he's come on, playing as that striker alongside Blackwood, allowing Welsh to drop in, as you can see now. Plays that ball over the top for Balamba. Balamba's body checked by, I think it's on that far side, looks like it's Taladera. No, it's Bailey O'Neill over there. Now it's Adelaide United's turn just to slow the game down. Probably a message from the bench to do so. As I said a little bit earlier on, they found themselves just rushing things when they probably didn't need to. Birkalla having their best spell of the match so far in the last 10-15 minutes. Tatu gets there to block that ball off. Lecornu goes out for another goal kick. And DeJanto clips that over the top for Conway. Conway. Blackwood makes the forward run again. A smart run by Blackwood. Conway almost found him. Again, they go forward. Here's Clayton Thomas. And they find another one. So a cheap turnover of possession by Adelaide United. Clayton Thomas had Conway to his left, but chose to go himself and finds the bottom right-hand corner of Ethan Cox's goal, and they pull another one back here. 5-2. With about 15 minutes of regular time to go. If they get another one here, West Brom's Birkalla, Adelaide United might certainly feel some pressure, which they haven't felt all night. "10 minutes to go, sorry, not 15. But still, plenty of time." Here's Duzel. Gets forward, down the right, cuts it back. Tatu looking for that hat-trick. Does he get it? No, it's blocked. And DeGento keeps it in. Goes long. Blackwood can't quite get it under control. But as they started the first half with a bit more aggression, looks like they're going to finish the game with that aggression. West Torrens Birkalla, they've pulled 2 goals back now. Oh, that's a dangerous challenge by Carlton. Nicola gets to the ball and referee pays advantage, but given the end result, they may wanted to have that one blown up for a free kick. One in the air by Nicola. Balamba. Carlton. Very impressive by the substitutes that have come on for Birkalla. In a way, for Stav Galekis and his coaching staff, it's probably the bonus they can take out of this match is seeing how they've come on and actually changed the game, given the position they were in. 4 or 5 goals down, some of them, when they came onto the park. Just that different aspect of the game by having a few other players have to do all the work. Adelaide United just wanting to keep possession here and keep Birkalla at bay. Like I said, if they score another one, it could really be game on for the final 5 or 6 minutes. O'Neill goes long. Not troubling Harpus. Harpus jumping the fence to get the ball just to quicken things up. Play will restart. Goal kick. Carlton finds Conway. Conway's touch inside. He's got Balamba on the far side. Klassen Thomas looks for Blackwood instead of probably opening up his body to look for Balamba in the space. Djurdjevic, Welsh, Balamba. Wins it back. And on the far side, the flag goes up. Looks like a free kick going against Abdul Balamba for his challenge. Maybe just had the studs raised. Thankfully not too much contact. Both players got back to their feet. More of a precautionary free kick there, I would assume. Cox. Nicola in some space. Tatu in on goal, but the flag goes up. Still can't find that opportunity to score that hat-trick. Amlani Tatu been terrific tonight. Now Balamba in some space. Can he get there ahead of his opponent? He can. Balamba! That chance goes begging, and it's been the story of the night. A chance to pull a 3rd goal back and put that pressure on Adelaide United for the final 5 or so minutes. Just some time wasting tactics there by Adelaide United. Djurdjevic wins the header. Welsh will pick up the second ball. Balamba goes inside, finds Carlton. Carlton goes all the way back. Matsumoto's going to end up with it out wide. Now it's Lecornu. Conway. And DeJanto. Free kick. So another chance for Birkalla to put another ball into the box. Maybe not. They want to play football. Welsh. Conway. Welsh makes a forward run. And DeJanto. Can he get a ball into the box? Comes back to Welsh. Welsh loses possession. Lecornu had to make the sliding challenge. Goes out for a throw in just to relieve that pressure, and maybe Adelaide United confident enough they can see themselves through this final 4 minutes of normal time. White clips it over. Tatu gets goal side. He's now got that chance. Clips the keeper. And there is the hat-trick. Chips it over the top of Harpus. Amlani Tatu caps off the night with a hat-trick. Adelaide United find their 6th. And that now is game over here at Service FM Stadium if it wasn't already. Just the pace in behind, too much for Lecornu to handle, not only on that occasion, but all night for West Torrens Birkalla. Adelaide United have been far too quick in attack, far too clinical in attack, and they'll see themselves home with the points and 6 goals to go with it. Ball goes long. Again, it's picked up by West Torrens Birkalla. Matsumoto turns it over. O'Neill. Busasa. Busasa with the long ball. Amlani Tatu's in behind again here. Slips it past Nicholas Harpus again. Harpus come out. I don't think it took a touch off him. If it did, it would come off his hand and it would have been trouble, but referee and assistant referee agree that he didn't touch the ball. So even in their best spell of the game, Birkalla, this last 20 minutes, they've really dominated and created chances, scored goals. Still unable to keep Adelaide United out. 6th goal and the hat-trick for Amlani Tatu. But here goes Blackwood, still urging forward. Balamba. His little back flick, whether it was intentional or not, comes off of his back of his heel. Found Matsumoto. Then Balamba goes back to win the second ball and goes straight through the back of Frank Busasa. Free kick as we approach now the 90th minute. Three minutes of additional time to be added on here. Thank you to the assistant referees for the inside information. And DeJanto goes long. Kasumovic does well. Blackwood pressures Cox. Cox finds Phyllis. Phyllis unable to find Tatu. Welsh picks it up. Carlton gets forward. It's cleared by Grelly. Lecornu goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Back to Lecornu. Pasasa puts the pressure on. O'Neill will pick up the loose ball. Balamba's there, but I thought O'Neill did well initially, but then gave the ball away. He'll go out for a throw in on that far side as we now enter those 3 minutes of additional time. Birkalla clear the ball. Conway in some space. Can they find a third constellation goal here tonight? Conway, some space. Got Welsh to his right. Uses him. Welsh clips it in. Cox comes out and claims that ball. Just an around the grounds before we finish up here tonight. Playford, almost half time, take a 1-0 lead against North Eastern Metro Stars. So Metro Stars with it all to do in the second half there, going 1-0 down to Playford. We mentioned the other NPL results. There was also some State League results. Olympic 1-0 over Cobras. Vipers 1-1 with Pontian. Salisbury 0. South Adelaide finally getting that win. 4 goals today. Cumberland 0, Sturt 2, and Adelaide Blue Eagles 1, Fulham 2. As we approach the end here in this RAA NPL Round 7 match. Hat-trick to Amlami Tatu, 9th minute, 23rd minute, and the 90th minute. Klassen with another strike on goal. Almost finding the top corner. Might have been the only thing to get out of that. For him was a goal of the week nomination. Nearly found the top corner. Going back to those goal scorers. Crawford also with a double. And Brodie Burkett with the solitary goal. 6 goals to 2. Still a little bit of time remaining here. Referee letting them play. Oh, that's a strong challenge in the middle of the park there by Grelly on Blackwood. So Liam Miller hasn't had too much to deal with here tonight. In the 90 plus minutes we see a free kick, and maybe George Blackwood just to try and get something out of this goal, this game with a goal if he can. He's going to hit it, George Blackwood. It's up, it's over, it's not coming back down. And that will be the end of this match. Well, to wrap things up in a nutshell here, the clinical ability of Adelaide United's young players today outshone the experienced, or the more experienced outfit of West Torrens Birkalla. And it ultimately seen them fall on their own sword. They were not up for it in the first half, West Torrens Birkalla. They had chances, they couldn't make it count. And in the end, a 6-2 scoreline. Amlani Tatu with a hat-trick, Harry Crawford with a double, Brodie Burkett with that solitary goal. Whilst for West Torrens Birkalla, it looked like Alan Welsh would be credited with the single goal for them, and then Dylan Claesen-Thomas off the bench with a nice little finish to take something out of this game. But that wraps things up here at Service FM Stadium. If you want to watch more or the remaining part of Round 7 NPL action, head over to Metro Stars versus Playford, where Playford find themselves 1-0 up at half time. So that one there's got 45 minutes to go. And as it stands, Adelaide City are top of the RAA NPL, if that result stays the way it is over there. But that's it for from here at Service FM Stadium. It's Adelaide United 6, West Torrens Birkalla 2. We'll see you next time.